Hi there again, Steve Crabb here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the importance of making sure that whatever changes you've made in the workplace, you test the work that you've done. You make the changes, you output, you implement them, you test it, you get feedback, so you can make adjustments and feed forwards. Now, this is a really important concept when it comes to any type of coaching or any type of training, because the training and the coaching, as far as I'm concerned, isn't done until something's changed. So this is why in one of the earlier videos I talked about taking the snapshot, so you know where you are, you do the work, and you take another snapshot so you can see the difference that's happened. Because if nothing's changed, well, what was the point of doing it? And the approach to have with this, it's down to strategies actually. So the approach to have with this is to test the work, to do an operation, to retest, do another operation, and to keep testing and doing the operation. Now, stress management isn't something you just do once. If you make some policy changes or teach and coach people around mindset, you don't just do it once and that's it. And a lot of people do that, unfortunately. What they do is they invest in a course or they invest in some consultancy work and the work is done, that's it. But it's not the case, because new people come in, conditions change, and so it's an ongoing process, a process of what I call constant and never-ending improvement. If you and your organization, your colleagues, have done the work, you've explored the real cost of stress, you've made sure that there's no resistance to implementing any changes, then you will have enough reasons for committing to an ongoing program where you are testing, operating, testing again. Regular audits to make sure that you're on the right track. Okay, if you have a big enough why, then you'll have enough reasons to commit to that. It'll be certainly well worth doing, because it will enable you to create an environment where people will be able to work either stress-free or relatively stress-free. Sometimes we can eliminate stress because with the right mindset, people are able to cope with so many things that previously they weren't able to cope with. Now, there's another reason why it's important to keep testing and firing off and re-aiming and firing off again. It's a way that we learn. Okay, practice makes better. Earlier on I talked about familiarity. Do you remember when I said that people love familiarity, and actually we learn by things that are different? So any of the working practices, any of the changes that you've been implementing, they will be different, and people need to get comfortable with that. And they get comfortable with practice. So try this out as an experiment. Clasp your hands together. Notice how it feels. How does it feel when you do that? Now, I've done this with hundreds, if not thousands of people on workshops and trainings, and most people will say things like, well, it feels okay. Yeah, I feel comfortable. Some people go, actually, it feels a bit tense. I had one lady on a coaching conversation. She said, well, it felt evil, but she was 6'6", weighed 4.5 stone, and she had a lot going on in her life. Okay. Clasp your hands the other way. So thumb and fingers all alternating the other way. Have you done that? Now, a lot of people will go, yes, I've done it, but they actually haven't done it. They haven't followed the instructions. So make sure you're following the instructions. How does that feel in comparison to the other way? So a lot of people will go, well, it feels tense, feels weird, uncomfortable, strange. Go back to the first way. It's familiar. The second way is new. Now, alternate the hands from the first way to the second way, first way to the second way. And if you need to do it slower than I'm doing, slow it down. If you need to pay attention, because a lot of people struggle with it first time, because anytime we do something new for the first time, we don't always get it right. Sometimes it takes practice. Okay? Keep alternating first way, second way, first way, second way. And with a little bit of practice, you'll be able to speed up. Shake your hands out, do the first way, notice how it feels. Now doing the second way, notice how it feels. Now most people will say, with some practice, the second way feels more comfortable. It feels more familiar. The key to making sure that the working practices, all of the changes, your strategic plan gets implemented and becomes second nature, becomes habitual, is practice. So you test it, You make sure people are doing the work. You get the feedback. If there's adjustments that need to be made, you fire it off again. But you put in a program where you're constantly checking that people are doing the work. With practice, things become second nature. And the second nature we're looking to achieve here is one where people are better able to cope and be more resilient. Make sense? Now, in the next video, what I'm going to talk and teach you are some techniques that people that are stressed, that's their familiarity, they're going to learn how to cope and be more resilient, how to be more relaxed. Okay, so look forward to seeing you on the next video. If you've got any questions, any comments, any observations about this video, do contact me, do like, do share, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.